Hi, this is Mary. Welcome back to my channel, My Beautiful Mess. Today, I want to show you how to do a wellness vision board. And I'm actually going to do two, not on the same video. I will probably do one separately just because it takes a while to do this. But today I'm going to show you how to do it with this. And these are sheets, they're part of the memory planning line. They come in all different sizes, mini, classic, and big. And they come with, quite a few different page sizes here. And this one I'm using is basically kind of like a half sheet for the classic. It's a little bit bigger than a half sheet because these are actually 2x2 squares, and there's 10 total. And what I did was I started out by just getting some cardstock and cutting out 10 2x2 squares. And we're gonna go ahead and fill it up and basically put the squares in each of these. So I did this off camera just to save some time. But you can just use a paper trimmer. I'm using white cardstock, but you could obviously use any kind of color that you want. I thought white would kind of be easier to see on camera, so I'm going with that. Okay, so we're going to talk about self-care. I'm using multiple different sticker books. I'm using the New Wellness book. I'm using the Digital Detox book. I'll probably dabble into the Wellness Accessory book, the Old Wellness book, and also the encouragement book. And if you haven't seen this, it's not marked wellness, but it actually has a lot of wellness kind of stickers in it, like daily gratitude and quiet time and all that kind of stuff. So, you might want to check this out because it does have some of those kinds of things. Okay, so I'm just going to put this off to the side for now. And I'm going to get some of my squares. So self-care is not anything selfish. It's really just about taking care of yourself. And there's different ways that you can do that. It's basically things that recharge you and don't take from you. And that can be in all different kinds of aspects of your life. It can be in health and finances, because, obviously if you're not taking care of your finances, that can create stress, and financial stress can really, really wear you down. But it can be, health and exercise, and just getting rest, even occupational balance as well. So, having a work-life balance, that's very, very important. Okay, so I'm just going to start by sticking on the stickers that kind of speak to me. The first one I'm going to do is this one, and it says, "If it costs you your inner peace, it's too expensive." And I love this sticker because there are lots of things in life that can wear you down. So, oops, I stick this down and then it's like not perfect. So that's okay. We're just going to kind of re-stick it here. And I think we might even have to kind of angle it to make sure that we get it all on. I'm just going to trim this down a little bit. Okay. And there's one. The other thing that's very important to me is daily gratitude. I can get very negative if I let myself. And so that's very important to me, to stay grateful. And obviously you're going to pick anything that really kind of stays with you, that speaks to you. Everybody's version of self-care is going to look very different, and that's okay. Okay. Let's see. I know y'all are like watching me flip the books. Let's see here. I'm going to put, I really like this one, although it's not really going to fit on the square, but it says, be gentle with yourself. You're doing the best you can. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to write, be kind. And this isn't so much directed as, because I'm going to actually, I think, write to yourself. And this really isn't directed at other people, although it's important to be kind to other people. But this is really more for myself. I say things to myself I would never say to anybody else. I say mean things to myself. You're fat, you're not enough. I mean, all these things, nobody likes you. I say things to myself that are so awful. And so I have to stop that. I have to stop putting myself down. I mean, I'm the kind of person who can't even take a compliment without also saying something negative about myself at the same time to kind of deflect that. So this year I have told myself that I'm going to work really hard on being kind to myself. So this is a reminder to me. I'm just going to put to yourself. I'll write that eventually here. And for me, the other thing that self-care really looks like is me time. I have 2 kids and I have very little me time. And it's important to note that I think that self-care is something that you do intentionally. It's something that you do deliberately. You don't wait for it to happen. You schedule it, you make it a priority like you would anything else that's important, like a doctor's appointment or going to work or whatever. Anything that we may always make time for things that are important to us. And so I'm just going to remind myself that I want some me time. And I think when I do my other vision board, I think I'm going to specify like what exactly me time is. What does that mean? Whether it's reading a book or, whatever, like watching TV, giving myself a facial or, a spa night, what have you. I'm going to make sure that I get me time. And I'm not going to put a time on it. If you wanted to, you could put, like 1 hour of me time or something like that, or 1 hour a week or 1 hour a day or something like that. I'm not going to specify that just yet. Since they came out with the wellness planner, I've been very good about getting in me time, but that me time really varies. It can be anywhere from like 20 minutes to a couple of hours sometimes if I'm really lucky on the weekend when my husband's home. So I'm not going to specify there kind of what that is, but I will when I do my other vision board, and then you'll be able to see that on another video. Right now, I'm just kind of hitting the high notes. The other thing is I'm going to do, let's see here. Let's see. There's lots of ones that are actually very good in this encouragement book. And I'll just put it over here so you can kind of see. In the encouragement book, you have like me time, you are enough, which is, I think, really important. I might actually use that, although that kind of falls into my be kind thing. And you can see more self-love. The bravest thing you can be is yourself. Slow down. You're exactly where you need to be. We are all works in progress. These are actually really, really good stickers. Love yourself first. See, even this isn't a wellness book. It actually has a lot of things that kind of pertain to wellness. Let's see. See, like here's some more. Give yourself some time. Be the very best version of you. Love yourself first. Relax. Know your worth. Very important. I love this one. Everything is going to be okay. I mean, how many times do we get stressed out or we freak out about something? I think it's kind of important to remind ourselves that. If I might actually put this on my other vision board because it's not going to fit on these little 2x2 squares, but I really do think that it's important. And let's see here. Focus on yourself, choose joy. See, this book, like I said, it's not really wellness, but it kind of is. I mean, look at here, like dream, speak, vision, rest. And they have these awesome, this is good for like your, your planner, where it has like social, spiritual, emotional, intellectual, and physical. And it's got a couple of pages in those. One's foiled and one's not. Let's see here. One of the things that I have been trying to do, and I'm going to continue doing it. My husband has been working really long hours, and so I'm trying to kind of do my schedule like his so that we can have some time together, but I'm going to keep doing early to bed. I've been trying to make it a habit to really focus in on just kind of going to bed early, waking up early, and kind of trying to have the same schedule as him. And that's a reminder to myself to relax. Oh, look, I'm filming a video, so of course someone's going to start cutting wood. If you hear that noise, that's what it is. Okay, I'm sorry. I had no idea somebody was going to do that today. And by the way, just to kind of show you, if, this, obviously, you can do two sides. So you can do one on one side and then one on the other, if you see what I'm saying. So I'm just going to start like, oops, do I have it the wrong way around? Maybe I had it the right way. Now I'm trying to find the opening. Okay, I did have it the right way. Okay, I'm just going to slip that in. You can see this actually does fit, but the sticker is hanging over a little bit. So, and I knew that. That's okay. But you can see how this goes in here. And so you can do the other side as well. So you have all these squares. Really, you're cutting 10 cards, but you actually get 20 squares altogether. So the other thing I'm going to do is no screen time. And I'm going to write on here, I'm not going to do it right now, but I'm going to write on here 2 hours of no screen time. And that's going to be really challenging for me because I have my Instagram accounts, and I have my blog, I have this YouTube channel, but I don't want to get so caught up in it that, that I'm really focusing on how many subscribers I have or how many followers I have. Like, I want to make sure that I also remember to step away from the screen and spend some time, doing that. And let's see here. Okay, there is something that I really want to do better at this year. So a year ago, I kind of fell away from my mom's group, and I've been feeling, honestly, kind of lonely. I hate even saying that. Like, I hate admitting that, but it's a common human condition. Like, everybody goes through phases like that at some point. So one thing that I've kind of done is I've kind of isolated myself. So one thing I want to try to do is do better, at least, is I want to try to call a friend. I've been kind of waiting for people to reach out to me, but really I need to be proactive about that and keep the relationships that I have going. So I'm going to try to do this a couple of times a week, and I'm actually going to write that down eventually. I'm going to set a goal for myself that a couple of times a week I'm going to reach out, and not a text message, actually call a friend, pick up the phone and call them. So I'm going to try to be really good about that. We'll see how that goes. Because I do have a habit of kind of getting in my own funk, I do. So I'm going to try to do better about that. And let's see here. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually decorate this one a little bit. I'm going to cut this down and trim that off. Y'all, I am ready to go over to my neighbors and get upset with him and be like, "You're ruining my video." I'm so sorry. Hopefully y'all be okay with this. Just pay attention to what I'm doing. Okay. So the other thing I'm going to try to do is, and I used to be really, really good about this, and I have just completely fallen away from the habit totally, is I did yoga. And I loved yoga, but I never do it anymore. And this is something that I want to try to do in the new year. So I started yesterday. I did it for just a few minutes. I know that's not super great, but it's better than not doing it at all, right? Progress, not perfection. Okay, the other thing I want to do is I want to take a look at some digital detox. We already have no screen time on there, and that's important. But I also want to take some time to read. I've been so bad about that. And I love to read. I absolutely love to read. But I have completely neglected that. I was hoping that there would be something in here that would kind of have read a book. And you know what? There's not a lot in here that has that. I'm kind of surprised, unless I'm just totally, totally missing it. But you know what? I do like some of these, and I'm gonna actually put several on one. So, drew a crossword puzzle. I actually love those, and I never do them. I actually like jigsaw puzzles too. So I'm gonna do spend time serving others. There's always a need in our nursery at church, and I'm gonna try to do that better. And let's see, listen to a record, listen to some music, right? It's amazing how listening to music can put you in a certain mood. So I'm actually gonna do that. Let's see here. I'm also going to do, I saw them somewhere here. Maybe it wasn't in this book. Maybe it's in the wellness book. I think it's in the wellness book. One thing I would like to try to do also is, here we go. Here's read a book. This is what I was looking for. It was in the it's actually in the wellness accessory book. And read a book. Okay. So I'm actually going to flip some of these over here, and I'm going to use the other side. So on the other sides, I'm just going to kind of flip them over here. And y'all, I'm keeping it really simple. I'm not decorating these a whole bunch because I kind of want these to pop. I kind of just want to be able to look at them when I open up my planner. I don't want to be distracted by a bunch of cutie stuff. I just want to see them and get to it. So I'm going to use one of these colorful boxes because we love colorful boxes, right? I'm going to stick that down, and then I'm going to do a reminder to hydrate because I am so bad at it. I am so bad. I'm one of those kind of people that only drinks when they get thirsty, and I'm like never thirsty. My husband calls me a camel because I never drink anything, and he lives with his water bottle. So the other thing I'm going to do, if I can find it, I'm also going to, I did this with one of the other ones, and I'm going to do that too again because I think it looks pretty. And like I said, I'm not really decorating a whole bunch, but because I kind of messed that up. Okay, let me trim this down with my scissors. I'm just making sure I didn't put that on backwards because I could do that. It's not in here, but one of the things that I like to do as far as my prayer, my me time is prayer. And it doesn't have that, but it does have meditate. So I'm actually just going to do meditate. That kind of falls in with prayer time. Bible study would kind of fall into that as well. And let's see. One of my most favorite things to do is to take a bath. So I like a long, hot bubble bath. So that's what I'm going to put here on this one because it really makes me happy. I know not everybody's into baths. Some people are shower people. But for me, that is definitely one of my favorite things to unwind. I light some candles. I give myself like some spa night, and I dim the lights and I put some music on, and that makes me feel so much better. The other thing I'm going to put, and it's just because I struggle with it, is I'm going to put down, it's okay to take a break because I am a workaholic. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. Most people know that about me. It's very hard for me to rest, if I'm being honest. I don't let myself rest. I'm bad at that. So I'm going to put that as a reminder to me. It's okay to take a break. And I struggle, and we kind of did this on the other side where I said I'm like unkind to myself. The thing I'm loving about myself. So I have on the other side, be kind, but on this side, I'm going to actually write something kind. I'm actually going to say something that I love about myself. So I'm actually going to stick that on there. Because it's hard for me. Like I said, it's very hard for me to do that. So I am going to do that. And let's see what else I can do. This I think is really important, so I'm going to put that on here. And this one says, it's all about balance. And I think when we talk about self-care, that's really what it is. It's all about balance. When things get out of balance, that's when I think we really start to struggle, when anything gets out of balance. And so I think it's really important. I can't seem to put this on right. I think it's really important to maintain balance. That's basically what this boils down to. So I have that. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this here. You're exactly where you need to be. How many times do we start to get upset because the timing of something just isn't right, or we think it's not right? We can start to really stress out and really freak out if we think something's not happening fast enough or it's not happening the way we want. I've always been surprised at how many times I go through that and then everything works out. Everything's exactly as it should have been. It's just hard to see that in the moment. So I'm going to put that as a reminder to myself, because as soon as I'm out of one predicament, I will enter another predicament. I'll enter another struggle, and I'll need to remember that. So I am going to just trim this off. We're just going to trim it. And that's going to be my other reminder that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Okay. And I'm just going to, I put these in here, and I'm just going to take them out. All the ones that I've kind of done. Oops, we did not stick that down right. This does not want to stay down. Okay. And we did this side, yep. But that side. Yep, that one's done. Apparently y'all need to make sure y'all stick down the bottoms of these stickers really well, or they just pop back up. Okay. Okay. And I think I need the last two. So, okay. So we have those. The other thing I've been trying to do, like I said, I've been trying to go to bed early. The other thing I've been trying to do is wake up early. So I'm going to put that down. That's part of taking care of myself too. Some days self-care is sleeping in late, and that's okay. But for me, waking up early has been really important, because when I wake up and I have no time to myself, like when the kids wake up early. So I have no time to really wake up on my own. And honestly, getting up before the kids has really, really helped me. So for me, that's something that's gonna work for me. And let's see, the other thing I'm going to put on here, and this will be the last thing that I put on here, is all is well, I am loved. I mentioned earlier that I kind of struggled with some loneliness. One of the other things I kind of struggled with was feeling loved. Like that was kind of part of my loneliness. And my husband's like so loving. That's not even a part of it. It was more like loved by other people. I just wasn't feeling it. And so that was kind of bringing me down. So I'm actually going to trim this a little bit here. But I'm going to remind myself that I am loved. So even if I don't always feel it, that doesn't mean that it's true. Feelings aren't necessarily true. They're fickle. They can change at any moment. That's why they're feelings. So I'm going to put that as a reminder to myself that I am loved. Okay. And there we have it. I'm going to fill in a couple of these things later on. But I just kind of wanted you to see how I kind of put this together. I hope that this helps you get some ideas. Obviously yours might look completely different from mine, and that's okay. But you can, oh, we forgot one. I will go back and fix that. We'll put something in there. What can we put in there? Hopefully this has given you some ideas. It's not going to be different. It's going to be different for everybody. But hopefully this will give you some ideas. One thing I'm going to do, I actually did a 30-day self-care challenge, and it was more for people who were kind of struggling with making a habit of self-care. So I'm going to put a link down in the description for you so that if you need some ideas, I mean, there's plenty of ideas, I think, in this sticker book. But if you want to do kind of a challenge to get into the habit of doing self-care or taking care of yourself that way, I will go ahead and include the link. It is 30 days long. They really vary. There's simple things in there, and then there's things that take a little bit more time. But hopefully that'll give you some ideas, and you won't be so clueless when you start. Okay, so that's kind of just my little quick vision board. This is just something I'm going to have, and I think I'm actually going to put this in my everyday planner. I have a wellness planner, and I'll be doing a vision board for that, but I'm actually going to put this in my main planner as just a gentle reminder that I should be making time for these things. I'm pretty good about being in my wellness planner, but I still want a reminder on my everyday. Like I flip open to my everyday and I'm ready to get to work. But I still want to remind myself that at some point during the day, I need to stop and take time for some of this. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's given you some kind of idea on where to start. I'll be doing a second video with kind of more of what we have, like a vision board, like a 2-page vision board with pictures and that kind of stuff. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. Before you leave, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe for future videos.